I met my husband at a hospital. At that time, he was a nurse, and I was working in housekeeping before I became a nurse. My husband's actually who pushed me through nursing school. Okay. I met him on the unit. We worked on the same unit. I mean, I fell in love since day one, but then very quickly, it was so many women throughout the hospital that he had already had affairs with previously. It was a mess from jump on.
So you met in the work environment, but that work environment had already been, shall we say, infiltrated.
Absolutely.
By Mr. Lane.
Absolutely.
Mr. Lane, from the time you decided to start being with Ms. Lane, did you stop all the other dating?
I didn't stop all the other dating.
Okay.
I still was seeing a couple people.
And Mrs. Lane didn't know that at the time. Is that fair to say?
She didn't know.
Okay. So we start off on a shaky basis. What goes on next?
I checked Paris a few times about incidents that I had found out about.
Got it.
And I let him know that it was unacceptable. But then we come across this woman that he had been having an affair with at the hospital for a long period of time, about 10 years, with his other relationships, that she had became an issue through our marriage.
Ah. So we're talking about somebody that was a long-term mistress, am I correct?
So this was like the main first big incident that happened with
How
this
long
woman.
after you all started dating?
For about 3 years.
Okay.
By then. And so this lady, like I had found out about her maybe 2 years in. However, she wanted to make herself known so bad that she was involved with Paris. And we
of
all
course,
worked
that's called side chicks ain't loyal.
Right.
That's
And
it.
we all worked in the same hospital.
And she wanted to embarrass you.
Exactly. And he did too, okay? Because it was his loyalty to me. But he decided to one day, he gets up, acts like he's going to work. He puts on the whole scrub outfit and everything. He goes and meet this woman to take her to lunch, okay? Then this girl FaceTimes me right there with my husband. He knocks the phone out of her hand. And then instantly he was finna try and say it wasn't him. It wasn't him. Don't play with me.
Needless to say, you got caught in that situation.
Yes,
you
Your Honor.
straight up caught.
Initially, Your Honor, I told her that it wasn't me, but I felt that she didn't really see me on the camera. So I lied.
Yeah. So you compacted the infidelity with a lie.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
That's it. But you all were not married then. You were living together.
Correct.
How did you get through that incident of infidelity?
I left. I went to my mother's for a while.
Okay.
I eventually came back.
Did you promise that that was never going to happen again, Mr. Lane?
Yes, John. I promised her, bought her some gifts, took her on some dates. You know, I did everything that you're supposed to do when you make a misstep.
You charmed your way back in.
Yes, I did.
Yep, fair. Okay.
But this same woman, she had a child that she was saying was my husband's baby as well.
And you didn't know, obviously, because they had had a long-term relationship.
Absolutely. But all of something, I guess it didn't matter at one
She know
point.
that's not my child.
But then if it wasn't his child, he reached out to this woman a couple months ago, okay? Trying to figure out if this child was his after they weren't supposed to talk for years. Why are you calling this woman a couple months later, just now?
As I understand, Mr. Lane and you and the woman were going to do a DNA test, and then you decided not to. Am I correct, Mr. Lane?
That's correct.
Why?
Because the child didn't look like me to begin with, and then it was somebody else who
Do you know
ended
how
up...
country that sounds? I mean,
No, it
straight
was-
up country, and you from the Midwest, you're not even country.
And when we went to the woman's house to do the DNA test, and he's so foolish. What she wanted to do was, she wanted to swab the baby's mouth and swab Paris's mouth, and us leave, and her take the test on her own. So me and him got into an argument because I said, "Are you stupid? You don't
How
let
about
her
y'all
and
just
deal
go
with it."
to a regular lab, pay $150, and then get
No,
the
but
DNA
that's what
test?
he wanted to curse. Like, how stupid are you?
Absolutely. Why would you put yourself in that trick bag?
I wasn't thinking, Your Honor.
Okay.
But at the same...
That's not the first time.